Everybody has been in the dark for a few weeks now, but this is where we're at. A delightful young gentleman called Jose has sold me this car, and it's got some fancy bits on it, and we came to a deal, so we're going to throw it on the dolly right now and take her home. Start chopping her up. Here we are, she's loaded up. I'm trying not to get run over. Loaded up, ready to go. Okay, people got to go. Okay. Here she is, back at home, safe. So that is the extent of the engine, or lack thereof, which doesn't work, and we don't know why. So that's going to be one of the first steps, but the first step is going to be taking off the front end of the car and taking off the doors. That's going to be the first step and trying to sell them. But it comes with some fancy bits. It came with a turbo kit. So apparently it's an NB1, it's a 2000, it's a manual transmission. Came with a turbo kit. It's got an intake as well. I don't know if that goes with the turbo kit. It's got some fancy little trim sill things there, sill trim things there, whatever. It's got some fancy wheels. Fancy is the trend really for this car. It's got a fancy sway bar down there, and it has some fancy coilovers of the Megane type, not the Renault for all you Europeans. And most of the missing bits, oh, there you go, close up with the turbo. I think China's finest, indeed. Doesn't even rumble that bad. And then tons of missing bits there that we're going to have to add on. So apparently, the car's like a 2000-ish, I think, NB. And the engine is like a 97 NA 1.8 that the previous owner struggled to make run. So hopefully we're going to rectify that problem. And the car is so nice, and I really feel bad about chopping it to bits, but it costs $950 as it is, and the reason why it's cheap is because it has 4 years back reg, which is probably going to add up to about, I don't know, to re-register is probably going to be $500-600, something like that. So it's just not going to happen in California, and it's a nice straight car. Frame rails are straight, all that good stuff. So it'll be nice for once to start with a good car. So, with that being said, let's start. Although it is a beautiful Californian day today, it will not be tomorrow or for the next 2 days. So I'm trying to get a wriggle on with getting this stripped down. So you have plenty of bits, annoying the neighbours. As you guys always say, I have the best neighbours. Yes, I do. So let's run in here. We've got hoods, we've got, not hoods, fenders, bumpers, hoods there, other fenders. So I'm just pulling everything off as fast as I possibly can before the rain tomorrow, because once it starts raining, I'm okay working in here. But I don't just want to be taking big bits out. So got front end completely off. And the general plan is to get as much bodywork off as I can today and start to put bits back on the engine and see if I can start to troubleshoot it, which there is not a good chance of because it's not really my thing. So batteries on charge down there for it. Gonna get just working my way back. Next is going to be the windshield, and I'm just working my way back, taking stuff off. Obviously quarters ain't going to come off today, but possibly rear bumpers and trunk lids and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it'd be nice to see if I can get it to turn over or do something. There is an alarm. God damn it, I hate alarms because I never know if they're the problem or not. But obviously I'm going to scan for some codes when I get power to the car. Don't know what the gas is like. It's been sat for 4 years. So yes, next, windshield. So what I've been doing now is I'm just like I don't really want to hack into this really quickly and not know what I'm going into, so I've just been chopping little bits until I get back to this base skin there, which is what is next to the actual dash itself. So now I can go in with a sawzall and just take a straight blade across there and go in slowly until we go through all of the skins. And it's the same on this side. I've got a bit more on this side so it's a bit clearer. But you can see there, like you know, there's like 1, 2, 3 layers of skin that's on the A-pillar. So now I can just come in with the sawzall blade and just slowly push in, and then I'll lean this forward after doing that. And I'm quite sure a few of you cried at that moment, but now you know why I did it. And I'm quite sure Miata windshields are 10 a penny anyway. There's no value in them, so I don't have time to, you know, run a chicken wire underneath and try and get it out in one piece. There we go. I suppose I better clean up now, right? There we go. Look at that, just a little tickle. And the only wiring is just the interior lamp and maybe a reactive rear view mirror. So yep, chop. So we'll get all this glass off now, like just pick at it with a knife, throw it outside, and then start vacuuming a lot. That'll be nice, driving down the road for the first time and some glass out of the fan. Came on. Think I'm gonna have to chop it down a little bit more than that to make her fit. Where are we at, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Windshield is off. And we've done a lot of vacuuming, so not a lot of glass left. Got some damage along here, but I think this is a separate piece anyway. So not too worried about that. So what I'm going to do now is run a blade, a fine blade underneath the Supercar sealer, and get that off, and then that'll be all the traces, the bits of glass gone on the bulkhead. The reason why I didn't want to start hacking into the bulkhead is because I wanted to leave as much metal as I could, as high as I could. We're going to be narrowing it. We're going to be going probably in this far, taking measurements from B pillar to B pillar on the Mazda and the Bug. Obviously the Bug's a lot thinner, so I think we are going to be going into at least that. As far as I can tell, I'm going to be losing half a vent, you know, with the Beetle A pillar, with the Bug A pillar. So that gives you an idea of how narrow we're going to go with the firewall. So yeah, so I'm going to run a fine blade under there, get rid of all that glass, and keep working back. Here we go. So that is where the Sikaflex ran. That's all cleaned up. Bits of glass are going to keep coming out, but mainly all the glass is gone now. Moving backwards. Oh, and that's not another bloody panel, so I'm going to have to sand that down and probably paint it or something. Make it look nice, depending on how it even meets the Beetle windshield bulkhead situation. Who the hell knows? That's way down the road. So moving back, I think next, roof. Again, the reason why I'm just taking as much off as I can today is because sunny today, rainy tomorrow. So we got all the big stuff off today, outside. Obviously doors are going to stay inside and roof's going to stay inside, but everything else can all go outside. And then I can get on with mechanical stuff in here while it's raining. Halfway through taking the roof off, it really is kind of mint. Hopefully it'll bring a few dollars. And it's really gross when you shove your hand down behind some carpet and find nothing but wetness. Major water leak. So taking the hood off, one of the biggest questions I get asked about frame swaps, more than any other question, is about wiring. Now the thing is, on a frame swap, you're using pretty much everything from the donor frame. So essentially this Miata is a donor frame. So all I'm doing is I'm labeling, and when I say labeling, I mean really clearly. Not like a quick scribble that you can't understand in a month's time when you're coming to put it back together, or a year's time, which sometimes happens. But just label stuff clearly, and also label the geography of it as well. This is, rear, upper, brake light, the high level brake light thing. If you actually label the geography of it as well, if you ever need to take the whole loom out and lay it out, you can find from your labels the general shape of the car and, lay it out as the car would be. So that's it. I mean, I very rarely work off wiring diagrams. I think I'm going to have to a little bit in this one, but as long as you label it, it's just logic. One thing I always find kind of fun as well is trying to find the history or figure out the history of a car. As you can see, this thing came from Charlotte, North Carolina. And I knew getting under the car there was no way this was a California car. Not an East Coast car, true East Coast car, Rust Belt car, but definitely not as clean as a California car. And with some rust proofing as well, which I've never really seen on California cars, but okay. There we are. Detective work over for the day. Back to it. Got the back half of the carpet out and I thought, it's a little damp. Lovely. Lots of standing water. It seems though that the carpet in an NB isn't split across the top. So I think I may try and pull it back actually, but I fear that I have to take the dash out to take the carpet out. Any help in the comments? That would be awesome. What to do now? Let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where I am at after my first full day of Miata ownership. Basically, we've got everything off that I want to sell, or that is sellable or valuable, I believe. Panels, doors, trim bits, that's going to be all free, or $1. And a load of panels in the car alley as well. Got a load of water soaking for that water leak, that the car's completely waterlogged. To take the carpet out, I've got to take the dash out, which isn't a huge job, but it's not urgent. The next job, because it's going to be raining tomorrow, is going to be seeing if I can get the engine working. So we're going to be putting some stuff back on tomorrow. Yay! We are really, really close, if not past 10,000 subscribers for the channel now. What that means is I can affiliate or link a Teespring merch account to the actual YouTube account. So we have some t-shirt designs ready. If I can figure out how to use them or upload them or doing all the technical design stuff, that's going to happen. So thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you want to go to Nathan's Garage on Facebook or Nathan's Garage Official on Instagram, I post up pics there in between the videos, so you'll find some little extra info and stuff like that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Catch you next time.